Hey everyone. So on Facebook, I wrote a status saying that your age is not a deadline for your goals. Let me repeat that. Your age is not a deadline for your goals. What inspired me to write that was the fact that I've been trying to become fluent in Mandarin and Cantonese for the longest time ever. I remember in when I was in Chinese school, like in elementary, middle school, I told myself I need to be fluent by the time I turn 18 or by the time I get out of high school, which was actually a very reasonable goal at the time, just because I was in Chinese school and whatnot. But now it's like almost a decade later, and I still haven't achieved fluency, even though it's been almost a decade. And I don't know, the other day I was kind of feeling sad or a little bit discouraged. I kind of mentioned it in my previous video on my language struggles, but I realized that beating myself up is very, very, very unproductive. And it's not to justify my, my procrastination, my lack of ambition at times. It's just that it's pointless to continue, or it's pointless to punish myself, because not knowing the language already, not achieving my goals, is already a punishment in itself. Does that make sense? It's kind of you should not reward yourself for good habits, because good habits in itself are already rewards. And you should not punish yourself for your bad habits, because those are already punishments in themselves. But anyway, what I'm trying to say, throughout life, I feel I have to do this by a certain time. I have to graduate college by this time. I have to be basically, I know many people have seen this throughout the internet, we kind of measure success by age, and that's not good at all. I remember, I started tutoring, or I first began tutoring in college when I was 18. And, I was a freshman at the time, so almost every single person I tutored at that time was older than me. And did I feel successful for being able to tutor people older than me? Yes, I did. Because it's wow, I have all this knowledge and I can help people. But does that make them any less successful for getting help from me? No, it does not, because we all have different skill sets. The truth is, we can do anything, but we cannot do everything, or we cannot do certain things at certain times, which is why some people work first and then go to college later. We've been brainwashed by society that after high school, you have to go to a 4-year college. People still, okay, maybe not nowadays, but I know that back then that it wasn't good if you went to a community college at first. I don't know if that's true now, but there's some sort of stigma. Basically, you were good, you were successful for going to a 4-year right away. But it doesn't matter. It does not make people who go to community colleges less successful. To be honest, I actually like community colleges. They're great because it's for the community. But anyway, going back on topic, it's you can finish college whenever you want. You can choose to go the community college route and then go to a 4-year. There's also nothing wrong with going to a 4-year right away too. I don't know, throughout my life, I thought I was unsuccessful if I didn't not finish certain things at a certain time. And I'm wait, who am I competing against? Who the heck set up? I'm the one, or we set up these imaginary deadlines for ourselves. It is good to use age as like a guide. By this time I want to have this done. But if you don't get things done by a certain age, you really should not beat yourself up for it. It's like, okay, I don't have this done. What can I do to improve myself? It's kind of like being happy. Like, you won't be happy by a certain age. Like, you have to be happy now, or work towards being happy now. And and it is almost impossible to be happy all the time. You might be able to be positive all the time, which is also hard in itself. But you should not measure age and happiness. You should not or you should not use age as I don't know if that makes sense, but basically what I'm saying is that when you reach a certain age, it does not necessarily mean you'll be, boom, happy. When you reach a certain age, it does not mean you'll necessarily be successful. And also, success to one person can be different. Success, everyone has different definitions of success. Everyone has different definitions of perfect. To some people, I am a success. To other people, I am a failure. But it's just on how they view me. And what's most important is how I view myself. Because who really cares for their opinion? Like, to be honest, it's already a success in itself to still be alive and to continue to improve. And just because someone does things faster than you or does things at an earlier age than you, you shouldn't feel bad for yourself. And it's really awesome that that some people are able to accomplish so much at a young age. But just because you are unable to do so does not make you a failure. And who cares what other people think of? Who cares what other people think? Because I don't know, like, the most important opinion is yourself, and you really shouldn't let them get to you. And you should not, like, I don't know, now that I think about it, like, sometimes maybe age can be like some sort of validation. Because when I was able to tutor people older than me, I don't know if validation is the correct word, but it just kind of feels nice to get things done early, when in reality it doesn't really matter all that much. Like, it is cool to get things done like at a young age, early, but okay, so I saw this on Facebook one time too, but one of the things, it says that, like, getting a house by 40 or at 40 years old is still a badass move. Because it is a badass move. Buying a house, no matter how old you are, is still a badass move. So if you aren't able to get things done by a certain age, do not beat yourself up over it. Do not punish yourself, because it's so unproductive. And I guess I'll end this with, like I said before, age is a good guide, but do not use it as a hard deadline, because unexpected things happen. Like this pandemic, who could have thought this would have happened? Many people had travel plans. Many people had so many things they wanted to accomplish in 2020, but because of this pandemic, the wildfires, some things were out of our control, and we can't, accomplish them, at that time or right now. But it's okay to get things done later. I don't mean like procrastinate, but just do the best you can given the situation, and do not use age as a hard deadline. Use it as a goal, not goal. Use it like as a guide. Okay, yeah, somewhat as a goal. So use it as a guide, something that you can work up to, maybe you want to get certain things done by a certain age, but you don't have to use it as a hard deadline. Sorry, that was a lot of rambling. Let me try to wrap this up better. So, age is a good guide. And, see, now I'm going to contradict myself, but you can use it as a goal, but don't use it as a hard deadline for your goals. Does that make sense? Just like this title says, do not use age as a deadline for your goals. Age can be used as a guide, but do not use your age as a deadline for your goals. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.